50 said, "Now I'm sure Puffy didn't do it. He is innocent. This proves nothing." This is what his lawyers are going to say. God help us all. And he put the prayer hand emojis. Now, 50 is being sarcastic right here. He's pretty much saying, you know, I've been telling you guys Puffy is guilty, that there's some truth to it, and where there's smoke, there's fire. And, you know, for the people that say, you know, 50 is just hating on Diddy and, you know, you just always have something negative to say about it. People behind the scenes know this type of things about Diddy, and they've been knowing it about him all along. The fact that this footage is from 10 years ago and nobody has come forward and put this footage out, somebody has literally held on to this for the last 10 years and had no issue, you know, with not exposing that this exists, is crazy. So behind the scenes, a lot of people already know that this has been going on, know that this has been happening. We saw the video 50 posted earlier this year where it was Cassie balled up under a blanket on the floor, and Diddy was standing over, you know, and it seems like this is a similar incident, if it's not the same incident, you know, where Cassie was scared for her life.
What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
And, you know, clearly being abused, man. So that's what 50 had to say about
F has been revealing the truth about Sean P. Diddy Combs for as long as anyone can remember. But has anyone really been listening? Recently, with all the allegations against Diddy coming to light, people are finally paying attention to what the rapper has to say about the abuse. The details are quite graphic. To be straightforward, he portrays Diddy as a truly unpleasant individual, allegedly, of course.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
It'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then No, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music. I've heard that song, After Party. But that was at the Holiday Inn, I think. All right, so...
Here's the situation. 50 alleges that Diddy uses his name and image in the music industry to lure young artists to his home, especially for his parties. These gatherings typically wrap up by midnight. But what goes on during the after party is horrifying.
Record session where they used to do in the studio and all of that over different entertainers' houses and stuff, where they be having them parties where they won't invite you to. And they'd be like, we having a party tonight, but this ain't your kind of party. You'd be like, yeah, I ain't going. I don't want to go. Freak off parties, when you go in there, it'd be, yo, let me tell you something. We used to go in the club. We go into the nightclub, right? And we go and get to the VIP. All of these girls come around the VIP and they just be standing there. And like, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to get back with you. We got to rewind this back. We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles, right? Then all of the girls is in the club after a while. They all running, opening up their mouth like little birds. He's running around just popping pills in their mouth. Pop, pill. And then that was the party. But all of the females that was in it, that's what they wanted. That was what party. It was part of the hip hop culture. We ain't see nothing wrong with it until Bill Cosby got in trouble.
According to 50, Diddy's parties are packed with underage individuals who are provided with drugs and heavy alcohol throughout the night. Whenever Diddy notices an empty cup, he quickly rushes over to refill it.
Welcome to the family, John.
The aim seems to be to ensure that everyone is so intoxicated they can't testify later. Additionally, Diddy reportedly videotapes everything, using the footage for potential blackmail in the future.
I can help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner thieves.
This is what the rapper has been saying for quite some time. The real question is, why are people finally starting to listen?
I'm definitely making it. I'm making it for everybody, and I think it's going to really open and broaden everybody's horizons. Yeah, definitely. I was looking for you. I tell you, get your hand out my pocket, man. Get your hand out my pocket. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing on the channel. Get your hand out my pocket, man. Look at me when I'm talking to you. I see, yo. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, man. I see what you're doing. Nah, look at me, man. I see what you're doing, man. Yeah, you gonna make me. Okay, I'm telling y'all right now. On I Want to Work for Diddy, I'm gonna physically put my hands on somebody for the ratings because he's not going to outdo me. I'm going to physically. I'm going to go to Central Book. Yeah. I'm used to it. I know what it is. But get your hand out my pocket. Get off my channel, boy. I love this show. Though.
You got the brand new show. Have you seen it?
I love this show.
Donald Trump's seen it as well.
Yeah. Donald Trump said my show is a knockoff of The Apprentice. I said, what's the matter with Donald? He got a little age on him. You can see
to me, be honest, it felt a little I Want to Work for Diddy inspired to me, though.
Yeah, but you know what? This is what I got to do it, right? And these are my friends. But the guys are really...
That's quite simple. Many believe 50 had an ulterior motive, and that jealousy played a role in his claims. When a rapper is trying to break into the music industry, it can be challenging. Even though he and Diddy were friends, Diddy never officially signed him to Bad Boy.
Rapper 50 Cent arrived at the courthouse with an entourage and walked past cheering fans. But once inside the courtroom, he became Curtis Jackson, a 29-year-old who admitted to trampling and beating 3 women at a concert.
He attacked women. Women. We were just there to see a concert. We were not there to get beat up. We were not there to get hit.
The rapper with the gangster attitude stepped on 2 of the women and punched the 3rd in the face after jumping into the crowd in search of someone who threw a water bottle at him during a surprise concert at this club in May of 2004.
They did nothing to justify or excuse the defendant's actions.
Curtis Jackson already has a criminal record from 10 years ago. He was a drug dealer and a gang member. He was convicted of a felony.
He has demonstrated since his earlier run-in with the law as a young man that he is a law-abiding citizen.
That is not the image 50 Cent uses to sell his music, but it will have to be. Judge Robert Coomer accepted Jackson's admission of the facts, gave him a lecture on how this incident would reflect on the rapper's 9-year-old son, and then continued the case for 2 years without a finding. In the meantime, the rapper will have to submit to random drug tests, pay the medical expenses of his victims, pay court costs, undergo anger management treatment, and produce an anti-gun violence public service announcement. Jackson signed off on the deal. And then snuck out of the courthouse through a back door without signing any off.
Diddy claims that logistics played a role. 50 had too many police records, and Diddy wanted to avoid any trouble. This suggests that 50 might still be bitter about Diddy's perceived lack of loyalty when he was starting out.
So what is that? Because I heard stories about you literally just like all of a sudden getting a plane, jumping on a plane, and flying to some other country. Have you done that? Have you just like literally like decided within an hour and then everyone gets on a plane?
Yeah, we used to do that frequently. That gets expensive too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, Entourage was basically his life, and I say was in past tense because
you got to
it has
see
so
his entourage compared
changed.
to my entourage.
What is your entourage
well,
now?
Mine is very scaled back now. If I'm with my family, it's my wife and the kids, and maybe we'll have a nanny, and maybe I'll have one of my assistants. Like the other day, yesterday we did something. He had 40 people with him. He had people that were like over in the corner working on computers. I'm like, well, they can't be with him. All of a sudden, he's like, you send that Instagram? And then, and I'm like, I got 3.
That couldn't be more inaccurate.